Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to be showing you a beginner's build for the Legionnaire, but before we get into the build and the gameplay, let's go over some preparations, the runes, the weapon we're going to be using, as well as the skill. So let's get straight into it. Now, in preparation for the actual build, we need two characters to be 60 plus in prestige. The first character is going to be the Elementalist at level 60 prestige to unlock Electric Inclination, and then we need Beastmaster at level 61 prestige to get ourselves the Versatile Strength rune. So once we have both of this set up, as well as the Legionnaire at level 10 prestige, we are all good to go. For our runes, we are going to use the bread and butter for every build going forward. The three most important tenacity runes for most builds are going to be Multicast Mastery, Critical Mastery, and Versatile Strength. That is 7 out of 8 runic power, and if you've been following me on my journey on our new save file, you should also have 8, even 9 or 10 rune power already, so you should be able to fit all 3 of these in. Now, with regards to versatility runes, we're going to be running Weapon Expert as well as Electric Inclination. So there's the Elementalist as well as the Beastmaster coming in handy. For the Legionnaire's weapon, we are going to be using Jupiter's Reach. Now, as you can see, I have not upgraded or unlocked the weapon yet because I wanted to show you guys you need 500 gold, which is found in the Whispering Grove, 100 tin from the Dungeons of Despair, and 6 quartz found from the Dungeon of Despair as well to unlock the weapon. You're also going to need 6 of the Wicked Soulstones found from killing the 3rd wave of bosses on any level. So we click unlock, and that gives us Jupiter's Spear as well as Summon Inventory. Alright, onto the skills. It's pretty simple. Since we're using Electric Inclination, every single skill that we're going to be using is going to be of electric nature or typing. We've got Jupiter's Spear, Summon Infantry, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Thunderstrike, as well as Thunderclap. That's going to give us Disoriented and a lot of daze and stun in the build for us to deal with all of the enemies. It's also going to give us summons, which we know are extremely strong. And another thing that a lot of people don't know is that Jupiter's Spear itself is very, very strong. So that is the build. Those are the skills, the weapon we use, and everything like that. We are now going to get into a bit of gameplay, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, so because we've got the Weapon Master, we're starting off with both Jupiter's Spear as well as Summon Inventory, which also means that we don't really have to worry about not being able to kill any of the monsters early on. Now, what I like to do is I like to turn off my auto-aim when we're fighting bosses. Recently, I've been doing it just because I realized that we are able to deal a lot more damage to the bosses, especially with targeted spells or skills, whichever way you want to call them, especially if we are going and targeting the bosses themselves, because when you've got auto aim on, I believe it auto aims onto the closest enemy, and a lot of the time when the bosses spawn, because you're dodging a lot and trying to get away from all those AoEs, you land up auto targeting everything else but the bosses. So it just works out to be a lot better for us if we are able to have that auto aim off just when we're fighting bosses. And to turn it on and off, we just use the mouse middle click button, so you'll scroll click. Alright, so we're going to grab ourselves a Touch of Ice. That's going to be perfect. We've got a Thunderclap and a Thunderstrike, so we're actually going to go and take both of them, and then we're going to go and increase some. We actually don't need the damage reduction for the unit, so we're going to banish that, and we can take the damage increase over there. That's going to be fantastic for us. Oops. Try to stay away from the Void Presence because you don't want your summons to die from it. It's just a little bit of a pain. especially with the summon infantry, since their cooldown is so high. You want to try and keep them alive for as long as possible, and the best way to do that is to just stay clear of the void presence. Otherwise you're going to be in a really tough spot. And remember, we do have versatile strength, so you do want to try and grab one of every single unique typing that you get. So every time you pick something up that you haven't had before, it's going to add 3% extra damage onto your character and everything else. So you're going to get very strong by the very end of it. We got to try and not get hit by these these elites and things. Alright, stay away from the void presence, broken. Alright, we're going to go for cast frequency first. We can grab the rare expansive. I do know there are a lot of people that actually land up getting rid of the expansive because it blocks the way for some other upgrades that you can get. But we got quite a nice, decent damage upgrade to our frontal skills there. We got 2 purple upgrades or epic upgrades to that. So that's actually really good for us. And Dazed works really well with the critical mastery rune. So they kind of stack with each other. And that means we're going to be applying a wonderful amount of damage. And now that we've got the bosses spawned, I've turned off my auto targeting. So now we can focus on the bosses with our lightning bolt, our and all of our other skills that obviously have targeting and aren't random. So a lot of the skills are random. Of course, you can't help but target, with the actual summons, but we can with our Jupiter's Reach, as well as all of our other skills that are aimed at enemies. So we just got to keep our cursors in the direction of the bosses, and you'll notice that we kill them a lot faster. If we had to compare this to, like, let's say our Beastmaster build or any of the other builds that we've actually done beforehand, we didn't use this. So just remember to try and use the auto aim feature at the correct time to give yourself the best amount of bang for buck in terms of the actual feature. Alright, so we're going to grab a lot more cooldown reduction. We can grab another Swift here. We're very fortunate to find it. Getting ourselves lethality is also fantastic. Merciless because of the amount of dazed. We're going to banish the Leviathan, grab the rare magnetic, increase, we'll get another magnetic there, grabbing the increase in health, and then some more movement speed, and then just general upgrades. We can grab the 1 burn for versatility, and then again, just general upgrades. Grab whatever we can that's going to help us, like cast frequencies, a little bit of armor for the versatility as well. Especially if they're green or blue quality, they're going to be a lot better to grab if only grabbing for the versatility, so that you get that most bang for buck out of them. Alright, so we want to just get out of the way from that corner because of the Chaos Bringer using his Chaos Bomb attack. Very treacherous, very horrible little bomb attack. I've died plenty of times because of that attack. So you just want to be very careful when you are playing with a lot of the bosses. I do find going in a circle around them keeps you safe, as long as you don't lose your mouse cursor like I just did. There we go, we found it again. As long as you keep moving, as long as you keep going in a circle around the bosses, it does get a bit repetitive, but it's the easiest way to stay alive. So as long as we are moving in a circle around them, we still within range to hit them with a lot of our skills, and we are still able to dodge all of their attacks in a decent amount of time. But it just depends on the combination of the bosses. Some of them you're really going to have to work on getting some area of effect, because they really just have too much circles to kind of move you out of the way from them. So if you get things like Gammoth, or if you get the Prophetess all in one with the Eternal Knight, Eternal Guardian, it really does become really hard to get close to the bosses, because all 3 of them like to push you away and use abilities that really don't sync well with the way that we play personally. So it just works out being better. We actually ended up getting another Swift over here. We're going to take it because why not? It is just beautiful to have that Swift being able to dodge as much as possible and things like that. It just adds that extra bit of comfort to the level and to the gameplay. So you want to be able to move as fast as possible and dodge as much as possible. And as you can see, we're doing a lot of area damage, so we're killing a lot of the monsters very, very quickly, and that's why you see all the bosses spawning as soon as we've killed one lot. We'll end up spawning the next lot. And now that we have so many dodges, we can actually keep it up permanently. As you can see, we are able to pretty much dodge every second, and we're just going to dodge within the circle, although you don't actually have to. As long as you keep moving, a lot of the effects you can actually just walk away from, but that requires a bit of movement speed. And if you wanted to, you can just invest into the movement speed and you're going to be okay with that. You just got to move around, keep going in the circles, try and stay out of the puddles and out of all the big red circles, but as long as you keep moving, you should be okay. Another thing that makes it a lot easier, you'll notice that my skills aren't really showing a lot up on the screen. I think I do have it set to 0.2. It was set to actually 0.1. We'll just move it to 0.2 there. That does make it a lot easier for us to see all of the red circles, as well as dodge all of the enemy skills and things like that. So if you are struggling to stay alive because of everything on the floor and things like that, you can grab yourself some movement speed. You can grab yourself the change to the visibility of the skills, and that's going to help keep you alive a lot longer. But as you can see, we're actually able to kill things so quickly that it's causing us to spawn all the bosses a lot faster than we can handle them. So we need to try and get a bit more damage going over here. I had 9 levels that I wasn't spending, and it does look like we are going to actually lose a life over here, or possibly lose a life. So we just need to be a little bit more careful, and then we nearly go and dodge into the void presence. So that wasn't very careful, but there we go. We did manage to kill 4 of the bosses, and we are nearly done with the next 4. So very, very good. Okay, we lost a life like I thought we would. That's okay. We've got another 2 still, or just 1 and a bit, but we should be okay. We need to kill the Plague Bringer, as you can see. Actually, Plague Bringer isn't even there. There must be a Doom Knight somewhere. A Death Knight. The Death Knight and the Plague Bringer are the only ones that cause these problems for us. Alright, come on. We did kill one of them. Because we have so much AoE damage in our skill, we are able to kill all of the little creeps and things like that. But you can see we don't really do a lot of damage to the bosses. Not as much as I would like to be doing, but we still got to work on that. We're going to grab that for the versatility, some of that, some more crit. And we got to just try and stay away from all the poison that's on the floor, and just try and do the best that you can do to kill everything. But this looks like it's the last 2 sets of the bosses are up already, and we need to just try and kill them. Come on, game. It hasn't been this hectic in forever for me, but the Legionnaire is relatively weak, especially without his Ascension. If we had our Ascension, the bosses would be killed a lot faster, because we would have melting as well in the build from the Ascension itself. And the Ascension, I know, does focus on the bosses itself, so we wouldn't really have to worry about that either. We would know that all of our abilities, or at least the Ascensions, would be focused in that direction and deal with the bosses in that way. Also, if you don't like this red circle, this red death thing over here, there is a setting, I believe there is the health, not the health overlay, I think it was like a I believe there was a setting. There was supposed to be a setting. It might be the health over. Yeah, it's the health overlay. So if you don't like the red to be as prominent as it is, you can turn that down, and that can, because I know like sometimes having things on the screen, it can deter you from seeing some stuff, or you know, just being, the visibility can be quite bad at times with specific things going on. So you want to be able to see as much as possible, and to do that you need to just maybe turn that off or do whatever it is that you must to you know, be able to see the best that you can, to be able to dodge everything. But there you go, you can see we are on our final 2 bosses. Everything else is dead now, but we still got to kill these 2 guys, and we can still lose our lives if we have an unfortunate smelting accident. You know, if you guys ever seen Austin Powers, you know. Alrighty, come on. Fantastic. And there we go. So we still did it under 12 minutes, which is pretty decent. We didn't have an ascension, and we don't have a lot of things. I mean, you can see over there, we didn't even have prestige 20 on our Legionnaire, and we went all the way up to level 64. So a really cool build, very strong. Obviously there are going to be stronger builds, but this was a beginner one for us. Summon inventory and Jupiter Spear doing all of the damage. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.